Good morning, Year 3. Welcome to Friday's maths lesson. Today we're going to continue interpreting pictograms. Got some trickier ones for you today to look at. Okay, and so using the same skills you've been using, but with trickier questions. So you're going to need to know how to effectively set out pictograms to make sure they're done correctly. And you're going to be able to answer questions about a pictogram, remembering that each one will have a different scale, so the picture will be worth different things, so you do need to look at them all individually. Okay. Right, got a tally chart on one side like we did on Tuesday, and then the information on that tally chart has been made into a pictogram. So Jack has used his tally chart to draw the pictogram. Okay, so he's got flavours on one side and the number of children on the other. Right, so the key tells us that there are, let me just get the pen, there are one banana equals 5 children. Okay, so has he interpreted the tally chart correctly? So I'm going to go through the first one, then you're going to check the rest. So we've got, remember, each one of these with the line across is worth 5. So we've got, let's go for a red pen, shall we? We have 5, 10, 15, 20. And over here, remember, these are in 5s as well. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So this first one is correct. I want you to go through the rest of them and see if he has used the tally chart correctly to inform his pictogram. Okay, so pause the video, have a look at each of the other flavours, the strawberry, lemon and apple, and see if he's done it correctly. Okay, if he hasn't, where has he gone wrong and how would you change it? Okay, press play when you're ready. Okay, so let's have a look then. So he hasn't done them properly, so we can check those. So strawberries, we've got 5, 10, whereas over here he's got 5, 10 and 15. So that one's incorrect. He doesn't need that extra banana there. We've got 5 on lemons, but he's done 5, 10 on the other side, so he's got 1 too many. Then this side, lots of apple, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that one is correct. Okay, it's his 2 middle ones that he got incorrect. Did you manage to spot the errors and correct them? Okay, let's have a look at this one then. So complete the missing sections using the information below. So we have favourite subject down one side, English, maths, science, history and art, but only maths and history have been filled in. Okay. Each book is worth 2 children. Okay, so that's important to remember. So we've got, first of all, before we start, let's work out how many for maths and history. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay, again, apologise for the writing with the pen here. Let's have a look at history. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 and half. How would we do that? So what's half of 2? It's 1, so 9 people or children have chosen history. Okay, so now we've got that information, we can look at the clues below. So A, half the number of children who like maths like English. So we know that there are 16 children who like maths. So how many like English? Okay, so half of 16 is 8. So we're going to draw, am I going to draw 8 squares, 8 books? No, because they are worth 2 each. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, excuse my very wobbly drawing there. Okay, so we have done that one. Let's look at B. 4 more children like art than history. So we know that 9 children like history, so 4 more we need to do now. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so to start with, I know I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, and I'm going to go for a whole one here, 10, 12, and then 13, remember, we only need half of it. Okay, so we've done that one. And then our last clue, 3 more people like science than English. So we worked out that it was 8 people who liked English, so 3 more people than that. So do I draw 3 whole books, or what do I need to do? So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, so it's the same as English there, and 3 more. So I'm going to add 1 whole book, which is 2 children more, and half for that extra 1. Okay, so well done if you spotted all of those. Okay, so a neater version than mine should look like this. Okay. Right, similar thing, we're going to answer the questions this time about pints of milk that are being sold. So we've got the days of the week down on this side here, and then we've got the number of pints of milk sold. So look at the key. How much is each bottle worth? Good, so each bottle is worth 4, so we're going to need our 4 times tables today. All right, so have a look through and see if you can answer these questions. So how many pints were sold on Monday? So we're not just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, each one is worth 4, so you can either count up in 4s or you can do 4 times 5, because each one is worth 4 and there are 5 of them. Okay, and you can work out that. Then, so once you've had a look at that, so 4 times 5, let's check it. So we've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So our first one is 20, good. Okay, and then how many more pints were sold on Friday than Thursday? So we're looking at the difference here, okay. So we've got 4 here and a half. So what was half of that bottle worth? So 2, so 6. Okay, so we need to work out how much more. So we're looking at this section. Okay, so have a go. So we've got 2 half bottles, because that's half there and a half there, and 2 complete ones. So how many people, or how many more pints were sold on Friday than Thursday? Okay, let's have a look. If you were right, there are 12, because we've got 4 and 8. 2 here, which is 10, and another 2 here, which is 12. How many pints were sold on Wednesday and Friday? So you need to add both amounts together. Okay, so you need to add the total from here and the total from Wednesday. Okay, so these 2 need to be added together. Okay, so pause it, work it out. Remember, each bottle is worth 4. Okay, so let's see, how did you do? Did you get 58 pints? And then the last one, how many fewer, so we're going less this time, pints were sold on Tuesday than Monday? So again, we want to work out that difference. So we've got 2 whole bottles and a half, so we want to work out the difference, okay? So how many fewer? So have a look here. Can you work it out? Okay, so fewer, there were 10 pints fewer. So 4, 8, and the 2 here makes it 10. Okay, so another one here. Did say they're a bit tricky, but I know you can all do these because you've been working so hard on your times tables and on pictograms. Okay, so we have got pie flavours: apple, blueberry, cherry, and banoffee. And then each picture, have a look at it. What is each one worth? Okay, so it's worth 10 pies sold. So if a full one is worth 10, a half one is going to be worth 5. Okay. He thinks only 15 more apple pies were sold than cherry pies. True or false? Convince me. So actually, we can ignore blueberry at the moment, and we can ignore banoffee at the moment. We're only looking at the cherry and the apple. So pause the video, have a go. Can you work out if he's true or false? And remember, convince me. Okay, so let's have a look. First of all, was he true or false? He is incorrect. It was false, because, can you explain why? Remember, this is it. So in your questions today, this will be worth 2 points. You get 1 if you said no, and then you get an extra point if you can tell me why. Okay, so 60 pies were sold and 35 cherry pies were sold. So 60 take away 35 is 25. So 25 more apple pies were sold than cherry, not 15. Okay, so well done if you worked that out, and well done if you knew that he was wrong. Okay, so this one, problem solving, there is going to be more than one possible answer. Okay, so don't worry if yours is different to other people's or you come up with more than one. So Annika is drawing a pictogram. She knows that more children have a birthday in winter than in spring. Okay, so winter and spring are both empty, but winter needs to have more than spring does. Okay, but fewer children have a birthday in winter than autumn. Okay, so winter needs to be more than spring, but less than autumn. Okay, each smiley face is worth 3 children. Can you come up with one, if not 2, possible ways of filling in this chart, this pictogram? Okay, so pause it, have a think. If you don't have to draw it if you don't want to. You can just say how many faces you would put in each column. Okay. All right, I'm going to go to the next slide, and it's got an example on there. If yours is different, doesn't mean it's wrong. Okay, it's just I'm only going to show one possible answer at the moment, because otherwise we could be here a while. Right. Okay, so this is how I chose to do it. Like I said, there are various examples and various answers to this, so don't worry if yours is different, as long as you worked out that spring needs to be less than winter and winter needs to be less than autumn. Okay, let's have a look at another one. Okay, so we're getting near to being finished now. You're doing very well with this. There are trickier questions. Remember, you can pause and go back at any point. So Archie draws a pictogram to show Key Stage 2's favourite time of day. I think I could have guessed these ones. So we've got playtime, dinner time, home time and story time. And he said twice as many children like dinner time than story time. It does say up here, 1 bell equals 8 children as well. Okay, so he's saying twice as many, so times 2. Okay, like story time to dinner time. So I'm going to cross out home time because we don't need that one. I'm going to cross out playtime. Okay, so have a look at just dinner time and story time. Is that twice as many? So pause, have a go, work it out, and remember, explain your answer as well. Okay, let's have a look then. So is he correct? He is incorrect. But can you explain why? So that's worth 1 point. Can you get the second? Okay, because 36 children have voted story time and 60 children have voted dinner time. So that's a difference of 24. Okay, it's not twice as big. So well done if you got that. Okay, so you're going to have some questions similar to these today. Lots of problem solving and reasoning. Okay, so read the question carefully and look at the key for each one, because each one will have a different scale. Okay, so we have done ones that are 2, 5s, 10s, 4s and 8s today. Okay, so they could be any, so you do need to look at each one individually so that you don't get muddled. Okay, so complete the quiz. Remember, the videos are available the whole time, so they're all on YouTube and they are all in the Daily Teams one as well, so go back to it as you need to. Okay, so enjoy, and I will see you all on Monday.